Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project, and I'm going to feature some brand new catalog products that I recently purchased. This is the new 2017-18 annual catalog from Stampin' Up! It went live June 1st, and so I have purchased several products from it that I'm going to share with you in the coming weeks. If you want a copy of this catalog, head on over to my blog and I'll show you how to get one for free. So I'd like to introduce to you a brand new bundle in the new catalog. It's called Colorful Seasons, and it has the Colorful Seasons stamp set and the Seasonal Layers Thinlits dies. So for today's video though, I'm going to use the stamp set only to show you a really fun summer card idea. My card base is crumb cake. I've cut it 8.5 by 5.5 and I've scored it on the 4 1/4 mark. And I'm going to add to that a layer of Very Vanilla. But because I want to make my card a summer themed card, I am going to emboss the layer using the Seaside embossing folder. So I have my Big Shot platform. I'm going to put my bottom standard cutting pad on top. I'm going to put the folder with the cardstock inside on top of that, and then the top standard cutting pad, and I'm going to run it through. And it's going to create some really nice wavy sort of seaside lines, like so. So I can do it this way, which is really sort of bold, but I'm going to do it this way, which is the more subtle. And I lovingly call it, these are the outies and these are the innies. And so I'm going to do the innie side. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put my platform away and I'm going to bring in my magnetic platform now. These two platforms make life so much easier when die cutting. So I've got my magnetic platform, my bottom standard cutting pad. I'm going to use a piece of So Saffron cardstock and the Swirly Scribbles thinlits. And I'm going to die cut out a swirl that's sort of like a sunshine. Bring this in closer to me. So my sandwich is the bottom, the magnetic platform, bottom standard cutting pad, my cardstock with the die on top, top standard cutting pad, and then run it through. And that's all I need my Big Shot for this project. Put those out of the way for right now. And then to help me get the swirl out of the die, I'm going to use my paper piercing tool to just gently poke through all these little holes. It doesn't poke right through the die or the paper, but what it does do is it helps it remove it from the die. And then I'll just poke out these little pieces and recycle those in a bit. And there we go. I've got my sun, and I've got my layer, and I've got my card base. Now I'm going to bring in a piece of Very Vanilla cardstock. I'll have the measurements for all of these layers over on my blog, so you can hop on over there and get them if you want to recreate this card. I'm going to use the Painter's Palette stamp set, and I've got this sort of big smooshy stamp, and I'm going to ink it up with crumb cake, and I'm going to stamp it down at the bottom of this layer, like so. And then I'm going to take from the Colorful Seasons stamp set, I'm going to use the deck chair, the two pieces for the deck chair. So I'm going to ink up the first piece, and I'm going to stamp it down like so. So it looks like it's sitting on the sand. At least I hope it looks like it's sitting on the sand. And then I'm going to bring in the So Saffron ink, so everything is going to be color coordinated. And I've got this second piece, so this is like two-step stamping. Step one is the frame of the chair, And step 2 is the sort of cloth piece on the chair. Looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. And then the last thing I'm going to do is bring in one more stamp. It's the thinking of you phrase. And I'm making this up as I go along, so I want to make sure. I don't know. I think I'm going to try it at a different kind of angle. So I'm going to use crumb cake again. I'm going to ink it up. And I'm going to use the thinking of you up the side of the card. Very uncharacteristic of myself, if I do say so. And now I am ready to put everything together. So I'm going to take my very vanilla piece, and I've got a layer that's just 1/8 of an inch larger all the way around. And I'm going to adhere the very vanilla to the crumb cake. Like so. And then I'm going to bring in my embossed layer. And I'm going to add that to the card base. Move it up just a little bit. Like so. And then I'm going to add this layer on top. Like so. And then the last thing I'll do is I will add the sun. I realized that I had forgotten to get my fine tip glue pen and my silicone sheet here. So I'm going to add some glue to the back side of my sun swirl. And that'll hold it in place very nicely on my layer. So let's see. I'm going to add my sun swirl. Hold that in place for a second. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more glue, or adhesive, sorry, to my layer, and then center it on my card base. And there we go. I've got a really cute thinking of you summer themed card idea that I created with the help of my Big Shot. As I said, for a complete listing of the supplies that I used and the measurement for all of the layers, please hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutsstamping.com. And while you're on my blog, why not try subscribing to my newsletters? I send out a free newsletter each week, and I'll share with you a project idea you won't see anywhere else. I'm Terry, I'm nuts about stamping. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.